In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to generate a dashed line as a preset brush stroke, so you don't have to do it manually. But actually, the way to do it manually is pretty straightforward. You either start erasing from your line little sections and eyeballing the distance in between the dashed parts, or you can of course do it by freehand, which results an even less convenient result. But also you can preset a brush stroke which imitates and dashed line and keeps the exact distance with the exact length of the sections. So this is probably a much better way to do it. For that, you have to go to the brush settings, and here you can find all sorts of Photoshop generated brushes, and the one we need, which is called Square Brush, is not part of the original Photoshop set, but you can find it under here under the name Square Brushes. If you hit this, then it will be all the square brushes will be added to your existing brush collection, or replace it as a matter of what you want. So actually I already have preset square brush right here for demonstration purposes. So let's just open the brush presets and see how we can tweak it to become a dashed line. So as you can see on the lower window right here, at the moment this is 28 pixels wide and just a continuous line. First of all, we have to change the spacing by raising the number of percentage spacing in between sections. As you can see, the longer I move this slider, the more space it becomes in between the sections. So I just want to set it to 200% for now. And we also, because at the moment they are perfectly square, but we want to have them nice and flat, so we have to change that too. And that means that we have to change the roundness. The roundness is either changed by changing the percentage here, or by grabbing these buttons towards each other and making this elliptical curve flatter and flatter. So I'm going to change it to 33% for a moment, which means that the thickness of my brushstroke will be 1/3 of the original. And obviously, if you want to have the same thickness for your brushstroke as your, let's say, intended brush line weight would be, then you have to change the size and make it 3 times larger. So 28 by 3 would be 84, and let's just change it to 84. So as you can see, now we have the desired thickness and desired spacing, except the only problem right now is that all our sections are horizontal and they're not following the direction of the intended line. So to change that, you actually have to go to Shape Dynamics and change the angle jitter to controlled by direction. As you can see, if it's off, they are horizontal. If you change it to direction, they actually following the direction of your intended line. You don't have to do anything else to get the result, except that, of course, if you don't want to do it over and over again, you just have to hit this folded blank paper right here and give it a name, let's say dashed line, and save it. Now it's saved among your brushes. It becomes the last one. You can always change it. And then if now we start drawing, it's going to be perfectly directed dashed lines with the perfect distance in between the sections. You have to keep in mind that the first one you put down is always horizontal, except when you make it a fast movement like this. But when you hit one, it's always horizontal. And then the next one will be the one following your direction. So with this kept in mind, this is the way to do a perfect dashed line on your drawings.